Brian Logandale's from the Somerset, hanging out in the shower at Jones Beach. You know, just another day in the life of the Vans Warped Tour. I might as well just like stay in here after and take a proper shower because this is Warped Tour and I usually shower with like a camping tent. I might not tell anyone and actually just take a shower in here after. I'll wash my hair. Why do you think I'm wearing this hat? This is the third one. And it's crazy to think about in perspective because there's bands like Bowling for Soup and Less Than Jake in this tour who have done this. Less Than Jake on, I don't remember what show, but one of the upcoming shows will have played their 365th Warped Tour show, like an entire calendar year of Warped Tour shows. And I think that's really cool. But for us on a different spectrum, this is the third Warped Tour we've done, 2 in a row. We're on main stage this year, which is the coolest thing ever. It kind of feels like we're like that senior in high school who just got back from spring break, and I'm just like kicking rocks with senioritis all the way to summer vacation. What I think is my favorite part is now we're so close now with everyone in production and catering and the setup crew, and it's just like the behind the scenes is so interesting to me here because there are people who are up the first awake and the last to sleep every single night, and that's crazy. It's actually changed in the middle of the tour. We have 3 full-length albums out now, which is kind of crazy in retrospect because we did a tour earlier this year where we were playing for an hour and 20 minutes a night. But on Warped Tour, you get 35 minutes. We started the tour this year and we were playing a set list of a couple favorites and then a couple just like more unique ones. And about a week into the tour, we were just like, we can't do that on Warped Tour. We got to play the 8 songs people want to hear more than any of the other songs. It's got to be just like, you got to come right out of the gate with just all your strongest. And we actually changed our set list about a week and a half into Warped Tour this year. And now our sets are more fun than ever. I totally get it. And I actually kind of like the way you put that. It's a weird thing thinking about that. Like, I mean, we're a pop band. We write these pop songs. I just am a lover of great songs. And there's this line, there's this breaking point kind of line, and I get it. I feel like sometimes we're like teetering, we're like right there, we're close. But it's this a friend of mine, a producer, gave me one of the greatest pieces of advice ever is that 3 minutes and 30 seconds can change your entire life, and that really is everything. It takes one song, so it's crazy to be one of the biggest bands that isn't big. But it's also kind of is what keeps me hungry, I think. I'm only 20, I'm 3 months shy of 25. I got all the time in the world. Absolutely. I think there's something to say about being the longevity and like the idea of being a career band, and it's the slow and steady thing. I think is just more where I'm at. We've been a band for 7 years, and I have no problem being a band for another 7 before we even make it. I mean, I respect these. I remember seeing in 2012, from Fun and Macklemore having huge breakout years, and these are guys who are all 30 years old. And that's inspiring. I mean, I don't want to wait another 6 years, but I will if I have to. We've toured with bands we toured with the band All Time Low a couple different times and in different parts of the world, and they don't have radio play, but they are one of the biggest bands as far as the amount of people who come out to see them. It's wild. I mean, we've played for 5,000 people with them. But there's something to say about wanting to have your cake and eat it too. That saying doesn't really make any sense to me because if I'm going to have a cake, I'm definitely going to eat it. And that's how I feel about this. There's kind of this point where people are already coming to our shows, but I would love to have a song that's just the biggest song ever, and people come to our shows. There's certain artists who have huge hits on the radio that aren't worth any tickets on tour, and it's because there's nothing to kind of hold on to. But the songs are great. We're gonna finish Warped Tour on August 3rd. We go play a show at the end of August over in Manila in the Philippines. We play a festival, and that'll be really cool. We've played over there one time, and it was one of the craziest shows ever. But we're going to spend most of the fall making a record. I think we're going to lay low, make a new album. I like taking my time on when it comes to making an album. And then we go to the UK at the end of the year, but my really only focus after this is to make an album that I am super, super proud of and then hit it hard again next year. It's usually either something embarrassing or Bruce Springsteen. That's usually the trick. I think my favorite shower song is usually like Thunder Road by Bruce Springsteen. Screen door slams, Mary's dress waves. Like a vision, she dances across the porch as the radio plays. Just in my shower. I might actually turn the water on. Get out of here. This is my time. This is just...